Hey, what's up, everybody? So, yesterday I was a part of Black Girls in Media IG Live. We went over a bunch of topics that had to do with media, being a journalist, finding a mentor, how do you get red carpet access, and so much more. But unfortunately, I didn't get to finish and respond to all of the questions. So, I took some time to finish them and answer and respond. You can find them also on Black Girls in Media Inc., their Instagram. And I'm going to also put it on my page for my own followers who may not follow their page. So yeah, number one is, how do you find a mentor that's in the field you want to be in within media? I think that the best way that you can go about finding a mentor in the field that you want is social media. How I found my mentor was through social media. I was following him for a while before I actually shot my shot. And also realizing if they're tangible within the area for you to work with them. Fortunately, he did a lot of events in New York, so I was able to travel to New York and help and assist with a lot of the events. So I would just say to make sure you know what area they're in, if it's tangible, so that you can show your work ethic and how reliable you are, to follow them on social media and to, be interactive with them to build real, genuine relationships. And also when you go to events, you never know who you may actually form a relationship with or even have a conversation with, and that can be where you find your mentor. So yeah, just look within your workplace as well, because you may work at a production or a media outlet, and right there is your mentor. Yesterday, Zaina was saying how she had interned somewhere, and through internship is how she ended up getting her job at Bold. So yeah, I would just say to pay attention to social media, shoot your shot, and to make sure they're within the area, somewhere you can be close to so that you can work with them. Okay, with question number 2, it is asking what moment in my journey that stands out the most to me. And I would have to say, I have a few of them, but Black Girls Rock red carpet. That was one of my first award shows. I was amongst so many amazing Black women, Black journalists and artists and celebrities. The carpet energy was just amazing. And again, it was one of my first award shows. So that was just something that I had on my bucket list and goal list for a very long time. So to cross that off, it felt so good. And then I was also able to bring someone along with me as my cameraman from someone that I went to college with. So it felt like a really good full circle moment. So I would say that is one moment that really stood out to me. Question number 3 asks, what is the biggest lesson you've learned thus far in your career? And I would have to say there's a few of them that you learn within this career path, but I would say it's not to compare, to focus on my own journey, my own brand, my own deals, as well as having faith. I think very often when you compare, you start to lose a little bit of faith and belief within self. So I would say, those are challenges that I had to constantly have to reflect on and have to talk to myself about and get myself out of those feelings. And I think that I've done a pretty good job within this year with those two challenges. Question number 4 asks, most embarrassing moment and how did you recover? I think my most embarrassing moment was the Spike Lee situation. It was my first red carpet, but I was stumbling on my words. And it was like a movie scene where he was like looking at me and I'm looking at him and he's looking at me. And like I said, I had mentioned before, you guys had shared this. I had said, he's like, they threw you in the pool with the sharks. And I'm like, I'm not sinking, I'm floating. And we laughed about it. But I look back at it and it was a little bit of an embarrassing time. And I'm thankful that it was my first red carpet and my first encounter, because I have an excuse. Bear with me, for how bad that carpet probably was when I look back at it. And I think how I recovered it was we just joked about it right there in that moment afterwards. And I just reflected on my tape afterwards. And you just brush it off. It was my first one. I don't expect to be perfect. Question number 5 asks, do you feel like certain cities are better for breaking into media? Yes and no. The reason I say yes is because there are smaller cities that give you more opportunity, that allow you to grow and build a reel and gain experience. And then there's other places like New York City where I started out, and many will think that it is a hard area to jump into. But I feel like if you can get into New York and make it through certain things there, you can get through any other city or a state. So yeah, do you feel like certain cities are better breaking into the media? Yeah, but I think it all depends on what you want to focus on. Do you want to do national news? Do you want to do entertainment news? And just do your research, because I think only you would know where or what area works for you best. And the last question, number 6, asks, what is the best way to network in the media industry, especially during these times? So I'll break that up, I guess, into a 2-part question. And I would say the best way to network is to go to events when we're not in a quarantine or having to social distance. Going to events, introducing yourself. I kind of had an issue in the beginning of all of this, feeling like networking was somewhat of a waste of time. Not networking, but more so going to the events and feeling like I was just going there to just sip on drinks and just be cute. But not until you actually do it and you consistently do it, do you start to see the benefit of it. Do you see what comes out of networking and going to these events and, having a conversation over a drink. It really benefits you. So I would say look for events. I'm sure there's plenty of things, during Fashion Week, when you know that there's something coming up, Culture Con, things like that. Those are the things that, Essence Fest, those are the type of things that you should be going to, and just have your cards ready just in case. Although people are going for fun, those are also great opportunities to network. And then when you're saying during these times, it is really difficult. But I would say join in on Zooms and group chats and Instagram lives like this. This is good ways to network. Facebook groups. And also, again, join Black Girls Media Inc. group chat. You never know. Just, again, introducing yourself, being a new member there is networking enough and building relationships from there. So I hope that all of these answers helped you guys. I hope that you take something away from this, and you can follow me at Dante's Inferno.